Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This week on Beginner's Mind, Art Mind, it's all about art journals and sketchbooks. I'll talk about art journals filled with pretty paintings, intuitive paintings, mixed media, and sketchbooks filled with scribbles and notes as ideas are hashed out. I personally love to see artists' messy sketchbooks because it gives me insight into their creative process. You'll see a wide range of journals, homemade from junk mail, fancy expensive ones, the ones I've filled up and the ones that sit half filled on my studio shelves. Then I'll give you a tour of some of the ones that I've not yet completed. In the weeks to come, I'll be doing flip-throughs of journals that I have filled with paintings, sketches, mixed media, collage, and more. So stay tuned for that. So you know how you guys are always asking me to do art journal flip-throughs? Yeah, I got a couple of art journals I could flip through. And out of all of these are the only ones I've done flip-throughs on. These three. I have 4 art journal flip-throughs on my YouTube channel now. One is one that I did for the Sketchbook tour in Brooklyn, New York, the Sketchbook library. That one toured around the country, and people were able to contact you and let you know what they thought of your sketchbook. But so these 3 are already have flip-throughs. This is a handmade journal, and on my YouTube channel, and I think the name of, if you look under my playlists, under videos and playlists, there's a playlist called something like Art Journal Flip Through Sketchbook Tours. So you can find these flip throughs there. These, the problem is, you guys ask me all the time to do more flip throughs, and the problem is they're not all full. And I'm always trying to wait until they're full to do my flip throughs. The other problem is some of these, so remember the conversation we had the other day in a video about the ugly sketchbooks and the pretty art journals. Some of them are ugly sketchbooks from back in my 20s. I'm almost 60 now. So, I mean, they're really ugly sketchbooks. So I've never thought of really anybody being interested. Like, oh gosh, you know, when I was doing fiber art, just planning out scarves and, you know, patterns and things like that. I think that's from my 20s. This is a mix of things. This is a collage one where actually the collages that I did in this one are on, there's YouTube videos of some of these collages. Favorite collages. You know, so this is kind of an ugly sketchbook one, just different ideas. So I wasn't sure if anybody would be interested in seeing those. So I never did tours of those. Kind of same thing with this, really old stuff. So then there's those. This one, I think, was started back in 2013, and it's so full of just intuitive art. You know, there's just sat down, had no idea what I was going to do, and just mostly intuitive art in this one, and it's huge. So I thought this would be too long of a video, so I never made a video of that one. Then I have a bunch of the Etcher and Perfect Sketchbook watercolor journals, and they, you know, they only have a couple of paintings in them. Like this one just has a few pages done. So I never did a flip through of the ones that were half done, so because I don't do that many watercolors. Maybe I need to get back into watercolor. But these have very few paintings in them. So what do you do with those, you know? This one I thought I did a flip through video of this. It really surprises me that I didn't, but I couldn't find it on my YouTube channel. This is a little handmade journal that I made out of junk mail. I took junk mail and gessoed it. I know I did do her, a video of painting her on YouTube, so that's there. But you know, I could swear I did a flip through of this, but I can't find it. I'll look again, and if I can't find it, I will do a flip through of this. I'll start a new pile of ones. This one is one that I promised you guys I would do a flip through of, and it's a mix of just, you know, ugly sketches and some plein air stuff. And so these two I promise I will do a sketch through flip. I can't talk today again. A sketchbook flip through, or what else do you call them? Art journal tour. I don't know. Which name do you prefer? I always wonder which people call them different things. So, you know, this is another, this one's ancient. This one's from 2006. And it's, you know, really old, weird stuff. So I don't know if I'll ever do one of that. Yeah, these are really old ones. Not sure if these would be interesting enough to do. And then this is another one of those. It's a Moleskin, just a real mix of stuff, from collage to, you know, some more serious sketching. Where was it? Oh, that. There's a little bit more serious sketching, to just trying to work things out, ideas, putting ideas down. I don't know, are you guys interested in seeing sketchbooks like this? Let me know in the comments. Do you want to see the ugly sketchbooks or just the pretty art journals? I guess that's the question. Let me know in the comments which you're more interested in, because it's a bit of work to make the videos. So I don't really want to make videos that aren't going to interest you. What else is here? This is another one of those Moleskins where I was just working out ideas. Some collage, some ideas for paintings, just weird sketches. This is a really old one, I think. Oh no, this is the one. This one, actually, most of the pages I think are ripped out of it, but this is from when I was a teenager. Really old. It's an antique. You know, just, who knows? Weird stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that one. This one was from, so, oh, this was a nature journal one. Or it started out as a nature journal one, and then turned into whatever. So that one I would do a flip through of this. I honestly can't believe I haven't done more flip through videos. This one actually is new, and I only have one drawing in this, so we'll do this flip through immediately. That was for the January Strata Easel Challenge that just finished. Yesterday it finished, yeah. So that was one of the, this is my Stabilo Carbothello pastel pencils. Done. We did a flip through. We finally got it. Okay, so that leaves, so these, I'm going to wait to hear back from you guys over whether you want to see the ugly sketchbooks, intuitive sketchbooks and ugly sketchbooks. I guess I would call it intuitive journal and then ugly sketchbooks, because to me they are kind of two different things. The intuitive journal is really painting intuitively, expressively, and the ugly sketchbooks are more just sketching and trying to work out ideas. So that's that pile. This pile is the pile so far that I'm going to definitely do flip throughs for you. This is the pile that I've already done flip throughs. And this one is the one with, there's just not enough paintings in here really to make it worthwhile. And then that leaves these. Okay, this is the one that I just finished doing the, and it's not full. There's still 5 pages left in this, so maybe I should fill it first. But this was the January Strata Easel Challenge that I just finished. So I could do a flip through of that. Maybe I'll hurry up and do those, finish those 5 pages. I'll leave this out so I finish those pages and do a flip through of that. This one I probably will never do a complete flip through of. This is a truly intuitive journal. I mean, this has some really deeply personal things in it. I mean, a lot of it, nobody would ever know what it meant, but it's a recycled day planner. This was just a regular, let's see, just like a regular planner, and I gessoed the pages and did all kinds of things, but some of them are very personal, and I was going through a difficult time. Like this is got some text and some flip outs. So I might pick selective pages out of this one to show, but I doubt I would ever show the whole journal. I could do that. I could mark pages. And what I would like to do at some point is show you, there must be 10 layers on these 2 pages because they started out covered with curse words in big black marker. I just was going through an extremely difficult time with a family member, and my heart was so broken, and so I just cursed all over the page and then just kept adding layers and layers and layers until it came out to be a beautiful evening in the woods. I don't know if that's the moon or the sun, but whatever. They're transformative pages. So that one I would have to think about before I committed to doing a... Now this was another one. This is a book that I got at a tag sale. So it's just a lesson book on pyramids. And this has intuitive work. It's collage, different things. So this one I would show, but then again, it's only half full. Oh, and this is another thing I like to do in my intuitive journal pages. When I finish a painting session, I take the leftover paint that's on my palette and scrape it onto the next page. Like I'll gesso pages ahead. These 2 are gesso. So then I'll just take palette scrapings and scrape it on. And I mean, sometimes honestly, it's so cool, I just leave it because I love it, but it can be a background to begin the next page. This one, there again, this one is, gosh, doesn't have a ton of stuff in it. Maybe half full. Maybe it's about half full. Anyways, another half full one that I just have been waiting to fill to do a flip through. So, and this is, what is this? Oh, this is a Canson that's just a wire bound, and I've been doing my color swatching in that. And I'm glad I found this today. I had forgotten about this because I want to do some more color swatching, and I may even do some videos of them if there's an interest in that. Like some color mixing, colors charts, and color mixing. Yeah, so there's that. I'm going to keep this one out. And this one, I love this one, but it doesn't have, it has very few paintings in it. This is actually one of my favorite paintings that I've done recently. This is after Nell Blaine, one of her paintings. And a friend of hers saw this on Instagram, on my Instagram account, I believe. And he obviously was a friend of Nell's, and he knew this sitter. And he told me her name, Irene. maybe? I forget what the sitter's name was. But she's still alive, and he still sees her. He knows her. And he said he thought that Nell would be, I said, oh, she's probably rolling over in her grave at what I did to her painting. And he said, no, I think she'd actually be quite thrilled. So that was kind of awesome to hear, but this just doesn't have a lot of paintings in it. So this one isn't going to be ready for a long time for a flip through because it's so empty. So there it is. There's these I will definitely do a flip through on. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. This one is full in the Intuitive Journal, so maybe I'll do that too. I'll do separate videos, otherwise it would just be too long. You guys are going to let me know what you'd like to, if you'd like to even bother with the sketchbook one, the ugly sketchbook ones. And then these ones I just have to work on filling more. So there it is in a nutshell. I will get started on these. I may even add 1 or 2 short ones to this video before I close this video out. Good morning, everybody. It's a snowy, dark day in the studio. I've been working on this video for you guys about sketchbooks, where I had some questions for you. I don't know if you can see this ice and snowstorm we're having. Everything out back is icy and dark. It's making me sleepy today. So anyways, I'm editing this video that I was hoping to upload today. And I started thinking about some of the questions that I was asking you about. Did you want to see the ugly sketchbooks, only the pretty art journals, and what do I do about the half-failed journals? So my idea is that I will take a couple of minutes now to go through some of my half-filled sketchbooks, and I'll tack it on to this video. So let me get set up and pick up some of the sort out these. This is the pile here. Let me show you this. Okay, I got the camera turned around. This is the journals that I was talking to you about yesterday. There are other ones over here. That's the stack of ugly journals, and there's a couple of journals there that I've already done flip through videos of in there. So this is the completed journals and the half full journals that I was talking about in this video. So let me pick through, grab a couple of unfinished ones, and I'll do a flip through of the pages that are done and add it to this video before I upload it. So this is a Stillman & Byrne Zeta Series 8x10 journal, and even it's really dark in the studio today, and even though I have auxiliary lights on, the images are looking really dark in my phone. So I hope that they are not coming out too dark for you guys. I'll try to lighten the exposure on my phone, but I don't want to blow them out either. This was a painting that I did from the Room Portrait Club on Instagram. If you're not familiar with that, it's a group that posts a photograph of a room. I forget if it's every week they do it or once a month. I haven't done it in a while. And a bunch of artists paint their versions of the room. It's a lot of fun. Look up the hashtag Room Portrait Club. This was another one. In the photo that they did, they didn't have the little dog on the bed, but the little dog was in the video in the room. So I added him to the bed. This was another Room Portrait Club. And I think this was for the 2021 September Strata Easel Challenge. My favorite kind of licorice. I actually can't have it anymore because it has gluten in it. This was the 2021 September Strata Easel Challenge. Same with this. And that is the partial flip through for this journal. This journal's going to go really quick. 68 pages, 5.5 by 8, 90-pound paper journal. And there is one painting in here. So that is a quick flip through. This was a plein air painting I did at Harlow's Farm in Westminster, Vermont, during the fall. This one is I think this is Perfect Sketchbook. Koval. Yeah, this is the Koval Perfect Sketchbook. This is watercolor. I guess these are probably all going to be watercolor in this sketchbook. This looks like gouache. I think this is gouache. It's probably M-gram gouache. Yes, this is gouache too. This is watercolor. Actually, did I do a close-up of that? And that is as far as I've gotten in this sketchbook. This is another Koval. I believe they call them the Perfect Sketchbook. These are really looking dark, darker than they are. And this one was 11/6/19. This was 11/7/19. Just some doodles. And that is as far as I've gotten in that one. This is the etcher. Unfortunately, it does not tell me on these sketchbooks what the weight of the paper is, but so far these are very heavy papers in the etcher and Koval sketchbooks. These are all watercolor. That's my little dog Toshi. More expressive watercolor. Abstract. This was a couple of plein air sketches I did. 11/27/19. These are mixed media. These have some pastel, some gel pen, maybe some charcoal or graphite, watercolor. Looks like maybe some Neocolor crayons. Same with this, mixed media. Two 7/21. Oh, they're out of order. And 2/4/19. I actually do that. I often go out of order in my sketchbooks. And that's as far as I've gotten in the etcher sketchbook. I think there's only one or two paintings in this big etcher, so I'll show this one. Yes, it looks like there's only one. And that's it. That's the big etcher. I think this is the last partial one. Oh no, wait, there's a couple over there. This is one that I used for classes. I don't know. There we go. I can get it big enough. Just note taking. Little note hands and color sketches. Notes from a Christine Lashley class. More color sketches, color studies. Thumbnails. These are so beneficial. More notes. This was a woman on Instagram who said that I could draw that. I think her name is Tisha, and I want to paint this. I still want to paint this. I just haven't gotten around to it. More thumbnails. This was a rough sketch of a painting that I ended up doing. Oh, this was during COVID lockdown when my husband had to go into the hospital for some tests, and I wasn't allowed in, so I sat in the parking lot and painted part of the hospital. Just a sketch. And that's it for this. This is a partial one. This is a book that I got at a tag sale, and I have gessoed the pages and then done intuitive artwork on it. This one is from back in 2015. This one's collage, stenciling, all kinds of mixed media on here. The pages after you, by the time you gesso them and put your collage on there and paint, they're so heavy and thick. It's a wonderful feeling. The world we live in is created by the visions we hold. I really have drifted away from intuitive art, and I'm hoping to use this channel to get me back into it, because I really miss doing intuitive art. It's just so special. This is probably a palette cleanup page where at the end of the day of painting, I had a gessoed page and I just smear whatever's left on my palette on the page. And that's what this is too. Just smearing leftover palette paint on the page, not to waste it. And to be honest with you, I really like this one so much, I'm not sure I'm going to do any more to it. I think it's kind of cool looking the way it is. And that's as far as I've gotten in my book journal. This was a rocky beach painting that I started in watercolor and never finished. Just playing with some watercolor. Yeah. I have a feeling this is 2015-16, these beginning ones. I was not crazy about the paper in this journal. Trying to see how far I could push the watercolor to get expressive paintings. This is acrylics. I believe this is golden open acrylics. This is definitely golden open acrylics. This goes to a Mary Oliver poem, or illustrates a Mary Oliver poem about a donkey. Dandelions. This one's upside down. Daffodils. This was a dream that I had. Oh, this was with Matthew Fox gave a workshop on Hildegard von Bingen. And we were reading her books and studying her art and her music. And these were some paintings that I did inspired by that. This was a friend of mine on Instagram posted this great photograph. And I asked her if I could paint it. And she said yes. Just love that photograph. Love that, how the painting came out. This is a corner of my living room. You saw the drawing, the rough drawing that I did of this in the other sketchbook. And that is it for that sketchbook. This is the large Moleskin journal, the largest in their their series of art journals. There's only a couple of paintings and drawings in here. This was a charcoal drawing that I did after the murder of George Floyd. This was a poem that went with that painting. This one, I have a video on YouTube of this whole process being painted. It was actually a painting underneath, and then I worked over that. Very intuitive, expressive painting. There's gold and markers and gesso and acrylics. All kinds of things in that one. This is a painting I did around Christmas time. This is my favorite painting that I've done in a while. This was the one that was after Nell Blaine. I already explained it earlier in the video, so I won't go through the whole story again, but I love the vibrancy of her work. It's so joyful, it's so uplifting, and I really had a blast doing this, and I would love to do more of her work. It's really fun. Okay, so I'm going to wrap this video up. This is the pile of sketchbooks that we just went through. This is the pile of partially finished sketchbooks that I gave a peek at. And when these are completed someday, if I complete them someday, I will do a complete flip through on these. Those are the partially finished ones, and then these are the finished ones that I'll be giving a flip through on in the next few weeks. And I'm including I showed in the beginning of the video, the one from the Strata Easel Challenge. There's only 4 pages left now to do in this, so I'm just going to finish that up. Instead of showing it in the partially finished pile, I'm just going to finish that up and then show it as a finished journal. So let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, this one is the one I don't know about. I may do actually a partial. This was the intuitive one that I mentioned that has some really personal intuitive work into it. So I may just show a few things in that. I have to select things from that. But these are definite ones that I will be doing flip throughs of. And of course the other ones as I finish them up. Okay, so this may end up being kind of a long video again, but I did want to, since it was about flip throughs and art journals, I did want to do some of that towards the end. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it didn't get too long for you. Let me know, if you like the longer videos or the shorter videos. Some of you have reached out to me and said that you like the longer videos. So that's good. I'd like to try to do a variety of some real short ones and some of the lengthier ones. But I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that there was some good information in it for you about the type of sketchbooks that I've used. And I'm really looking forward to hearing your feedback about what you're interested in seeing, you know, your thoughts on the differences between really pretty and neat art journals and just brain dump sketchbooks where artists are just really roughing things out and working things out, and they're not at all concerned with making things pretty. So let me know what your thoughts are, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Have a great day. Stay safe in the storm. Bye-bye.